Alright, you lot. Let's see if we can mend this problem we've got with this exhaust. So, what we've got going on, as I explained in the previous video, when I got this car running, the problem is, well, I'm hoping the sole problem is to do with this exhaust. Now, I probably could put another one on it, but I'd rather not. I'd rather try and mend the one which is on it now. So, let's get a toolbox and we can open it up. We'll get this, get that out of the way to start with. Bloody thing. Oh, put that there. For the love of it. Right. So we can either undo the mount or we can undo that nut and get that mount off. I think what we'll do is find a suitable socket here. That's going to be far too big. That's the right size. That's probably going to... Oh no. Thought it might spin underneath it, but it didn't. Right, so we should be able to get this nut off of here now. Is that spinning? That's got to be spinning. I'm holding the wrong one, that's why. That's the one I want to hold. I'm holding the wrong nut. Of course it's spinning. Of course it is. It was never going to not spin, was it? Put that there. Right. Now I need a driver for screwing. Let me have a look here. There's a driver for screwing. So underneath is that bolt is on a screw. So you've got to hold one. It'd be helpful if I made it so you could see. You've got to hold one on the other, one side and the other on the other side. And then you just go zip, zap, zip, zap, like that. Here we go. There's the nut. And the screw's going to come out, of course it is. So that can go there like that. Right. Now we can take that off. And we can take that off. So here's the exhaust. This is what we're looking at. So the aim of the game, what we're doing today, whoop, beep, there we go. So the aim of the game is to try and glue this together, because I want to try and take it apart, but I don't want to break it. Inside it's a little baffle. If I undo this, if I undo this, we might be able to have a look. Now I'm hoping that we'll be able to screw it together using this thread, but I wanted to show you what's inside it. That's the main reason why I've taken it apart, because I want to show you what's inside, because I want to show you how it works. So let me get a pair of pliers. Oh, I've got a pair here. A pair of pliers. You don't want to mess up the thread. Oh, that's never going to work, is it? There we go. There we go. Right, it's starting to come apart now. So I might have, what I've got the glue for is I might have to glue it in order to make it seal. You know, because it's supposed to be held together by this thread and this nut. If I do this, then we should better have a look in there and I can show you how it works. Got to keep undoing it. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Of course, it's a bit dirty in there, but that's alright. That's fine. Now we can undo this nut. And then we can take the whole thing apart. And I want to show you how it works. Right, so in there you can't see a bloody dicky bird. That's a complete waste of time. It's too dark, isn't it? I haven't got a torch or anything here. Well, that goes to the end of that, and you can see where that little nipple comes out in there, but you can't see. This is a disaster, an absolute disaster. I haven't got any way of lighting it up. I need to go and get a torch from somewhere. I have to go to the shop. But the pressure goes inside here. I was hoping you'd better see in there, but you're not going to be able to. Pressure builds up inside this pipe and pushes it up through there, but we'll abandon that because I thought you were going to be able to see in there, but you can't. So that's just, you know, that's a waste of time more than anything else. But I suppose it wasn't a complete waste of time because I saw what I saw in there, and it's a bit dirty, but other than that, it's all right. I'm not going to bother cleaning it because that would be a waste of time. Right, and you can if you want to adjust the orientation of your pipe. All you've got to do is undo that bolt, and you can put it in any orientation you like. It doesn't matter in the slightest what way it goes. It won't affect anything. Obviously, if you was to point it upwards, then it would affect it because all the oil would pour inside the exhaust and it wouldn't work properly. But other than that, you've got nothing to worry about. Now, this is where we'll see. I've got the glue because I was going to run a bead of glue around there because I thought it might need to be sealed up a bit better than what it's going to be. But we might be able to get away with it. I should clean it, but I'm not going to. I don't care. I don't care. Alright? It's going to work regardless. There's no need to worry about it. So we'll do that like that. And got to make sure that we do it nice and tight. What orientation do we need it? We need it to go down. So we need it that way round. You can't see anything again, can you? There we go. So we need it that way round like that. So that points straight down and goes through that chassis like that. And then, oops, that goes on there, that way round, and that goes like that. And then we've got a little spring, and then we got a nut, which goes on there. And then we need to get that like that. And we need to do that up nice and tight. But not too tight. It's come bloody loose again, isn't it? Why has it come loose again? Right. There may be a problem with this pipe after all, because it's that yeah, you see that was tight and now it's come loose. So why is that? Right, that's tight now. So when I put this on, it shouldn't go loose. It should be just as tight as it was. We'll see. We will see. There we go. Rock solid. Absolutely rock solid. That's in the wrong place though. So we've got to move that down a bit. Like that. Do that up. I need to put a cable tie around the end of that, but we'll worry about that later on. That goes in there like that, that goes down there like that. It's not exactly in the right place, but I'm not going to worry about it too much. Come on, John. There we go. That goes up there. That little nut goes in there. Oh my giddy aunt. This is serious stuff. And then we can do this up. And then we're going to need that driver for screwing again. Do that up nice and tight so we don't have any movement edges. That goes in there, that goes in there. Super glue, I didn't need it after all. But what I do need is a sip of this before it goes cold. Ace High Drone Specialists. If you want a drone, go there. acehighdrone.com. Or just ring them up. Let's get a cable tie. We use one of these ones and we need a pair of side cutters. I need a pair of side cutters to cut it. So we'll stick a cable tie around here, around there. Look. Try and seal that the best we can. Like that. Nice and tight. Right. Let's see. Let's see, Johnny boy. What are we gonna get? I'm on the other side. What are we gonna get when we fire this up? Have we got any nitro in there? No, it's all gone. Where's it all gone? Have we got a leak? Probably got a leak. Right, in here is a concoction of different nitro fuels. Don't know what they are. Bit of everything in the world. So I'll put that in there. Could be some Tornado in there. Could be some Opti fuel. Could be some Model Technics. Bit of everything is in there. That primed. That goes on there. That goes around there. And let's see what we've got. Should get some brimage. It's burning. That should have started by now. That should have started by now. Let's try it with a glow starter. I use the one that's in this box because I don't ever use these. I probably need a bit of use. Let's see. Have we even got glowage of the plug? It ran really quite well the other day, so I don't know why it wouldn't be running very well now. It's running mentally perfect. Right. Apart from the problem, it wasn't getting enough pressure. It wasn't getting enough fuel pressure. That's glowing nicely. So that's not our issue. Is that glowing with this? Are you ready? Are you watching? Yep. Can't see it because you have to earth it out on the head, but it does glow. So I suppose I could rearrange the camera so you can see, but I'm not going to do that. I'm far too lazy for that. If you think I'm going to do that, you got another thing coming. So we'll do that up. And I'll have another sip. Thank you very much. Put that on there. I think we've definitely got primage. Oh yeah, we've got primage, all right. It just don't want to go, does it? It just don't want to go, John. Let me... Oh, get out of the way, man. Bloody hell. What are you doing? Still only got one battery. I can't find the other ones anywhere. Ah, you're having a laugh. It's bloody ran out. Right, bear with me a minute. Right, so this... Along with this monster truck, this T-Max, in a separate parcel was a tank to put on it, because the original tank that was on it, wherever I've done with it, the lid was broken on it. But I'm discovering now that this one's must have a crack in it, because it pisses out all the nitro everywhere. It's all going everywhere. It's coming from the bottom of the tank, and it ain't coming from the little pipe, the nipple either. For some of you say the pipe's leaking, it ain't. It's coming from the tank somewhere. So this has got a hole in it. Well, it's got a crack in it. So that may be some of the reason why. Well, it ain't really, let's be honest. It will run fine with a crack. But I'm just trying to come up with reasons that you would be happy with. If I'm honest, the crack ain't going to make a blind bit of difference to how it runs on the bench. But you lot don't want me to say that. You want me to say, oh, the crack's a big problem. The crack is a massive problem. It's never going to run with that crack. So that's what we're going to go with. And then I'm going to ignore that and just carry on with life. So I think we're definitely getting primage though. So I don't know why. I think it's warming up, I reckon. We could try putting a little bit of it down the throat, but I think I see it go in, and it's coming out of the it's spraying out the carburetor, so I don't really think it's going to make any difference. That was far too much, by the way, but that's perfect for what we want. Coughing. It's coughing. I don't know whether you can hear it, but it's coughing. It's kind of it's trying to go, but it ain't quite there. And I think what happens is it just needs a warm up. It needs a bit of a heat. I need to wait for that battery to charge. I've got engine heaters and engine warmers, but I haven't. Listen, you not know the story of what I'm going to say. I haven't got them to hand. Well, in fact, I've got one warmer, but I haven't got a battery to put it on. So I'll be back in a minute. Right, I had a brainwave and you're having a laugh. I was going to say, I had a brainwave, and I did find another battery just now, because I forgot that it was on a torch in the shed. But it's also flat. Happy days. So while I'm waiting for these... Oh, hello, must have knocked the camera up. While I'm waiting for these batteries, that battery to charge up enough so I can actually use it, I was having a look at this. This is the old tank that it came with. And the problem with it is that that little bit there snapped off, so that the hinge obviously doesn't do hingy things. This tank has a crack in it. I can't put that lid on here because it's not the lid that's the problem. The old lid is perfectly fine. The old spring is perfectly fine. It's this tank which is the problem. So I can either try and bodge that together with something so that this actually works. Bit of glue, bit of plastic, do something with it. Or I could get this tank, I might better run a bit of glue along the bottom of it to try and seal up the crack. Or I could get a soldering iron and try and melt the two sides together to seal up the crack. Don't know what one I'm going to do yet, because I've tried sealing these tanks with a soldering iron before and they're so thin. You've got to have it on quite a low heat, or my soldering irons only have one heat, and that's 420 degrees, and that's that, nothing else. So I have got a gas soldering iron, that might work, put it on a bit of a low gas. Don't know what I'm going to do with that yet. I might try and mend this one first, because this one is fine apart from, well, I'm assuming it's fine. I can't see any cracks or anything in it apart from that. We'll see. We'll see. Right, I'm waiting for it to charge, but let's give it another go. So close. Maybe this ain't working after all, but it does seem like it is coughing. It coughs now and again. Maybe it weren't. Let's give it a little sniff of this. Very, very close. Very close. Oh, that's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Runs like a dream, and with the aid of a little bit of scratch and sniff, it went. Couldn't ask for any better than that, really, could we? I reckon it probably just had a little bit of jelly in that car, but once it went through, it was completely fine. I think there's an issue with the gearbox, if I'm honest, because it should be in forward gear, should be in first gear forwards, but it ain't going anywhere. I put it so it went backwards, and it did go, but it won't go anywhere in forwards. and I'm not messing around with that. I hate gearboxes. If anything goes wrong with them, I just get rid of them. So I don't know, we'll see how that goes. I might be in a good mood one day and decide to play around with the gearbox to try and make it go forwards, but probably not. We'll see. But anyway, I think that's that mended. The exhaust seems to be fine. It's not losing pressure anymore because it ticked over and it ran. If it wasn't getting enough pressure, it wouldn't have ran for that long. So I'm very confident with that. So there we go. That's that done. Pack up all that rubbish. And I'd call that good for now. So next video, we'll probably try and mend this tank. I don't think we'll get a new one. I think we'll mend what we've got. So we'll mend either the other tank or that tank. We'll have a go at both. And I know I'm going to get stick. I'm going to get abuse in the comments from you lot to tell me to mend that gearbox. So we probably might delve into that gearbox to try and work out why it's not going forwards. But we won't know for sure until I get all the servos and that sorted out. But I need to get receivers and radio gears and all that stuff sorted out before we do that. So videos coming up, you know what's coming up now, and the test drive as well at some point. Happy days. If you like T-Maxes, stick around, you know, and if you don't, think about sticking around as well, because, well, there's plenty of other stuff that you might like. Thanks for watching. Cheerio.